Hi, I'm Bethany Lyons, and this is Crunch Yoga Body Sculpt. We all know that yoga helps to reduce stress and calm the mind, but it can also give you the look of a Hollywood celebrity, long, lean, and chiseled. In this workout, we're going to be focusing and sculpting three major areas in the body: the thighs, the butt, and the core, through a flowing sequence that's designed to help strengthen, lengthen, and tone your body. No equipment is needed. It's just you and your breath. So if you're ready to experience what many consider to be the fitness fountain of youth, come barefoot onto any non-slip surface or grab a yoga mat, and let's begin your practice. So we're ready for some yoga body sculpting. But before we get started, I want to introduce you to my fabulous Crunch crew that's here today to practice with us. And this lady to my right, Wendy, is going to be your go-to for all modifications. So as we move through the practice, that first stage of a lot of the postures, if you're really working there, and I stress working, Wendy will be your girl. So are we ready for some toning, some calorie burning, some sculpting on the yoga mat? Okay. Well, let's come down to the middle of your mat, bend the knees, support yourself as you make your way down, nice and easy, and come to a cross-legged position however you're comfortable. The legs can be in front of each other, stacked on top, and then bring the palms facing up, arms down next to your side, roll the shoulders back and away, and sit up really nice and tall. Nice posture. We're going to begin with the eyes closed. Closing the eyes, take a nice deep full breath in, and just let it go. Beautiful. Maybe this is your first real deep breath of the day. Inhale and exhale. Let your eyes open and then take the arms all the way up to the ceiling. Really become present in your body here. Feel the stretch, feel the length, feel the belly button pull into the spine. And on your next exhale, let's take a twist to our right. Right hand behind you, left hand to the knee for support. And you're using the sides of the waist to really open and twist the spine gently, twisting and breathing. And bringing it all the way back to center. Reach both arms right back up to the sky. And on your next exhale, twist it to your left. Left hand behind you, gaze regally past your shoulder, stacking the spinal column. Deep inhales. And deep exhale. Back to center, reach both arms all the way up overhead, and then press the palms together and float the hands down in front of heart center. Active arms, again, core is engaged here. Let's bring our gaze, or what we call the drishti, down to your fingertips. Take a couple breaths here. Just a moment of stillness and some time to think about what made you show up today. Bring that into your practice. Beautiful. Release the hands behind you, and then let's shift the weight back. Feet come onto the mat first, and then you're going to draw the knees up toward the chest into a modified boat pose. The elbows hug in behind you, lifting out of the low back, and the core is super engaged here, building some heat. We're feeling this? Yeah, a little heat? Okay, good. Deep breath in. Stay, exhale. One more deep breath in. And then release the feet down and hug all the way around the legs. So you're getting a big stretch through the back here. Again, the navel is pulling in toward the spine. Release the hands behind you, shift back, and go right back into it, the modified boat pose. So you want to feel longer, leaner, stronger here. Beautiful. Back of the neck is long, no tension in the face. One more breath, guys. Hang in there. Beautiful. Now cross the legs and roll right over onto hands and knees. We're going to set ourselves up for a cat and cow stretch to warm up the spine and the core. If you're working with Wendy, the back toes will tuck on your inhale. Inhale, belly drops, tailbone lifts, and you look up gently toward the ceiling. Exhale, let the tail drop, the belly button pull in, and drop the head and neck. Inhale, tail reaches, belly drops, looking way up to the ceiling. And then exhale, drawing it all the way up and in. Inhaling, belly drops, tailbone reaching, biggest breath yet. Excellent, and draw it all the way up and into the body. Back to a neutral spine. So you feel long in the back of the neck, strong in the hands. Going to take your right leg and press it to the back of the room with a flexed foot. The inner thigh is reaching up and your right hip is dropped down. If you're really working here, stay. If you want to take it a little bit further, the opposite arm, your left fingertips will reach forward. We take a breath in here, and on your exhale, draw the knee into the chest, or if the arm is off, the elbow comes in as well. Inhale, reach all the way out. And then exhale, hand down for support, knee all the way out to the side. Good. Inhale, reach back, arm extends. Exhale, draw it all the way up and in. Inhale, reaching, lengthening out. Exhale, hand down, knee out to the side, firming up the butt. Good. One more. Deep breath in. And exhale. Inhale, reach long. Exhale, hand down, knee out to the side. Good. Drop that knee down and then sink the hips to the heels. Come into child's pose. It's a little respite here, and anytime you want to, you're welcome to drop here. Let the shoulders relax. And then let's make our way back out for the second side. Ready? Good. Take your left leg, press it back. Really firm in the leg so you feel the inner thigh engaged. Again, if you're working here with Wendy, stay. If you want to take it a little bit further, right hand reaches. Deep breath in, and then everybody draw the knee all the way in. Inhale, reach. Exhale, hand down, knee way out to the side. Good. Reaching on the inhale. Exhale, pulling up and in. Inhale, reaching so long. Exhale, hand down, knee out to the side. Last time. Inhale, reach. Stay strong in the arms, strong in the core. Exhale, pull up and in. Inhale, reach out long. Exhale, knee all the way out. Hold it, and drop the knee down. Sink the hips to the heels. Child's pose. Beautiful. Okay, let's stretch the fingertips out really long. Then tuck your back toes under and lift the hips up for your first downward facing dog. So everybody just shake out your head and neck here. Yes and no. Let go of all the tension. You want to feel your hands really firm into the floor, the thumb and forefinger side. You can check it out if you want to. Sometimes the dominant hand will creep back a little bit. And then the heels right behind the toes, reaching toward the floor, but probably not touching. 2 more breaths. Feeling really long through the tailbone. Beautiful. On your next inhale, we're going to shift the weight forward all the way into a high plank, high push-up position. If you're working with Wendy here, the knees will drop down to the mat. You're still stacking the shoulders right over the wrist creases, and the belly button is drawing into the spine. Thighs active. Total body conditioning. Deep breath in. Exhale. Lengthening that conditioning to the breath here. And then press way back, downward facing dog. Ooh, good. How you feeling back there, Skip, all right? Good. Inhale forward, high plank, high push-up position, way forward. And again, you're stacking the shoulders over the wrists. It makes it easier on the body. Thighs reaching up, pressing the heels back, reaching the crown of the head forward. Got one more breath here. Lexi's looking good. Good. Press it back, downward facing dog. All right, one more. Shift it forward, high plank, high push-up position. Breathing for 3. Strong through the hands, strong through the arms. 2. Back of the neck stays long. 1 more breath in. Exhale, press way back. Beautiful job. And then from here, we're going to soften the knees, look up to the hands, and walk your feet 1 step at a time up to meet the hands. Feet about hip-width distance apart. If you're working with Wendy, your knees will be bent and the hands will probably be resting on the floor. If not, you can start to maybe straighten the legs a little bit or clasp hand to elbow over top of the head. Beautiful. We're hanging forward here, but it's not just a relaxing stretch. The core is engaged and you're working the abdominals to deepen the stretch. Back of the neck is long. Breathing for 2. Feet are firm into the floor. You should feel this right in the belly of the hamstring. Exhale, release the arms down, soften the knees. And then let's roll to stand by pressing down and engaging through the core for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Take the arms all the way up toward the ceiling. Press the palms together and float the hands down in front of heart center. Again, take your gaze or drishti to the fingertips. And we'll take 2 breaths here. Already feeling the difference in your body from just this short amount of practice on the yoga mat. So now we're going to begin the flowing part of your yoga workout, or the vinyasa. When we take the first sequence, you'll see it's a little bit slower to begin, and then we'll take that second 2 a little bit faster to bring your heart rate up, burn some calories, and blast some fat. So you guys ready to move a little bit on the mat? Yeah? Okay, next inhale. Take your arms all the way up to the ceiling and reach long. On your exhale, draw the navel in, soften the knees if you need to, and forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift to flat back, either fingertips down or hands to the shins for support. Then plant the hands down, soft knees, step it back to a high plank, high push-up position. We'll lower the knees, the chest and the chin, elbows hugging in, tops of the feet come down, and then you take the sternum gently off. This is called baby cobra. Press back through bent knees and come back to downward facing dog. Let the heels reach back. Let the shoulders reach back away from the ears. Breathing, one more breath. On your exhale, soften the knees, look up to the hands, and you're either gonna step or jump the feet to meet your hands. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold and soften in. Inhale, press down through the feet and reach all the way to the ceiling. Strong legs, body, and breath, and hands to heart center. So now we're gonna move a little bit with this. You guys ready? Okay, inhale, reach. Exhale, dive it all the way down. Soften if you need. Inhale, halfway lift. Plant the hands, step or jump back. High plank position. Lower knees, chest and chin. Tops of the feet come down. Baby cobra, lift the sternum gently. Press back through bent knees. Downward facing dog. Breathing for 2. One more deep breath in. And exhale. Bend the knees, look up to the hands, step or float the feet forward, landing softly. Inhale to halfway up. Exhale, fold into the body. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up to stand. And hands to heart center. One more time. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold forward. Beautiful. Inhale, lengthening halfway up. Plant the hands, step or jump back. High plank. Lowering knees, chest and chin. Use the arms in the upper body here. Inhale, lengthening, baby cobra, and then pressing back again through bent knees. Downward facing dog. Long in the spine, long in the shoulders and the arms, hips reaching. Breathing, pulling in the low ribs and pulling in the belly. Bottom of your next exhale, bend the knees, step or float the feet forward, landing softly. Inhale to halfway up. Exhale, fold into the legs. Now toe heel the feet in if the big toes aren't touching already. And then bend your knees big time and reach the arms all the way up into a chair, or what we call Utkatasana. You want to feel those hips sink back. Maybe you can even lift the toes off, settling the weight back into your heels. Soften the shoulders. Good. Reach through the fingertips. Feel a little bit of heat, a little bit of burn here. Beautiful. Okay, fold forward, right over the legs. Inhale, halfway up, that long flat back, and then plant the hands, step or jump back, high plank position. If you're working with Wendy, drop the knees here, and we lower chaturanga, low push-up. Inhale, upward facing dog or baby cobra, and then press it back, downward facing dog. Breathe. Beautiful. Take your right leg up toward the ceiling, lengthening it out. Then bring the right foot up between the hands, place it down for a moment. Pivot your back foot onto the mat at 45 degrees and reach the arms up. This is called Warrior One. Soft shoulders, hips, and shoulders square to the front of the room. Really engaged in the thighs, the core, everything working. Beautiful. Now float the hands down to the mat and step it right back to down dog. Take your left leg, way high to the ceiling. Float the foot down between the hands. Back foot comes down on the mat, 45 degrees. And then press down to reach the arms all the way up to the ceiling. Warrior one on the left side. Again, hips and shoulders square, softening in the upper body, really strong in the legs. Hands float back down to the mat. Step it right back, downward facing dog. Lift in the belly as you bring it back. Let the heels relax toward the floor. Let those inner thighs spiral back. Feel the toning throughout the whole body here in down dog. Beautiful. Bend your knees, look up to the hands, step or float the feet forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, Utkatasana. Bend the knees, sweep the arms up, chair position. Now we're gonna start to move a little bit. We ready? All right, fold it forward. Inhale, lengthen halfway up. Plant your hands, step or jump back. High plank, lowering chaturanga, using the knees if you're working with Wendy. Inhale, up dog, thighs are off, tops of the feet down. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take your right foot, reach it up to the ceiling. Sweep it through between the hands. Pivot your back foot onto the mat. Reach the arms up, press into both feet, warrior one. Beautiful. And float the hands back down to the mat. Step it back. Down dog, take a breath here. Exhale, good. Left leg up to the ceiling. Bring it through, place it down between the hands. Pivot your back foot onto the mat. Now press down and reach all the way back up. So strong here, warrior one. Excellent, hands to your mat. Step back, down dog. Ah, good, breathing. Breathing really big, eyes open, gaze set. Feeling the length from the tip of the head to the tip of the tailbone. We're gonna do that sequence one more time. Bend your knees, look up to the hands. Step or float the feet, land softly. Inhale, lengthen halfway up. Exhale, fold into the legs. Inhale, chair. Bend the knees and reach the arms up. Really strong in the thighs, in the core, long in the back of the neck. And fold forward. Inhale, lengthening halfway up. Plant your hands, step or jump back. High plank, lowering chaturanga, really strong in the core here. Upward facing dog, roll over the toes, thighs off, or baby cobra if you're working with Wendy, and then press it back. Downward facing dog. Take your right leg, reach it up toward the ceiling. Sweep it through, warrior one. Back foot down, press into both feet and lift up. Strong legs, thighs, core, really feeling some toning. And then hands back down to the mat. Step it back, right to down dog. Left leg reaches up to the ceiling. Feel the length, bring it through, warrior one. Back foot pivots down. Press down and reach right up, so strong. Excellent. And hands to your mat, step back, down dog. Beautiful. So we're gonna start to move through a crescent series now. And you work at your own pace, and always keep your eye on Wendy, again, if you need a little bit of a modification. Right leg reaches up to the ceiling. You're gonna bring that right foot through between the hands. The back heel stays off the mat. Press down and reach the arms all the way up. Crescent lunge. Soften the shoulders. Beautiful. Lengthening in the low back. From here, if you're working with Wendy, you're gonna wanna place the hands down onto the thigh for support as we move in the back leg. We're gonna soften your back knee, hands press down, and then exhale, extend the leg and reach up. Good. Inhale, bending through that back knee. Exhale, press through the back heel. We feeling this in that back thigh? Good. Inhale, bend, and exhale, reach, 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 reach. Beautiful. Hands come together, bring it down to heart center. Everybody joining here. If you're working with Wendy, you're gonna drop your back knee down. Otherwise, keeping that back leg nice and strong, we take a twist all the way around the right thigh. Belly button pulling into the spine, long spine, and engage your back thigh. Yes. Breathing one more breath, and then using that front foot to transition, you bring the hands back to heart center, pivot your back foot down, and then open the arms up. Warrior two. Good. You want to feel an outer rotation in this front thigh, really firming and toning. The feet are firmly planted. Everybody looks good here. And then flip your front palm and reach it up to the ceiling. It's called reverse warrior. The front knee is still bent. Breathing big. Bring it back, warrior two. Now we place the right forearm down onto the leg and reach the left fingertips forward into a side angle. Long, all the way down the left side of the body, pressing into both feet. Bring it back up, warrior two. Flip your front palm. Once again, meet us in reverse warrior. Everybody feeling that front thigh a little bit? I am. Good. Bring it back up, warrior two. And then float the forearm down, reach the fingertips long. Ah, good. Back up, warrior two. One more time. Flip your front palm. Reverse warrior. Lengthen both sides of the waist. Keep the bend in the front knee. And then bring it back up, warrior two. Forearm down onto the leg. Reach it long. Keep that left hip dropping down. Good. Back up, warrior two. You give it one more inch here. Oh. And windmill the arms down. Ha, saying hello to the right thigh. Good. Right hand directly underneath your right shoulder. Drop your right knee down, and then take the left hand all the way up to the ceiling. You can stay looking down, or when you're ready, bringing the gaze up towards your top fingertips. This is a modified side plank. If you're working it here, stay. If you want to, you can let the bottom leg join for a full side plank. 2 breaths. Lots of toning going on here all the way down the body. Thighs, butt, core, arms, shoulders. Hand floats down to the mat, high plank, press back, downward facing dog. Ha! Good, just shake out the head and neck, let it go. Beautiful. All right, left side. Take that leg up toward the ceiling. Float it through, crescent lunge. So your back heel stays off the mat. Press down and lift up. If you stack the shoulders right over the hips and that knee over the ankle, it makes it a lot easier. If you're working with Wendy, bring the hands down onto the thigh for some support. And then we soften the back knee down on the inhale, the hands press down. Exhale, press and reach, good. Inhale, softening that back knee. Exhale, press. One more, inhale, and press. Beautiful. Everybody join with hands in front of heart center. Take a breath in. And if you're working with Wendy, drop that back knee or stay with the leg extended, really engaged, and find that twist in the crescent lunge. Whew. Should feel this in the butt. You should feel this in the legs. Yeah, in the obliques. Excellent. Okay, that transition back to heart center, press down through the front foot. Back foot pivots down and open it up, warrior two. You look great. Good. Now flip your front palm. Reverse warrior. Send it up to the sky. Look at your top hand. Keep the bend toward the pinky edge side of that front foot. Back to warrior two. So strong here. You're a warrior. And bring your forearm down onto the leg. Right fingertips reach long. Breathe big. One more deep full breath in. And back up, warrior two. Flip your front palm. Reverse warrior. Send it up. Back arm is very light. Back up to warrior two. Left forearm down onto the leg. Reach the fingertips long. Find the length, find the work and the play in the posture. And bring it back up. All right, I'm feeling my left thigh. Flip that front palm, reach it up. Deep, deep breathing, we're almost there. Back up, warrior two. Left forearm down onto the leg. Reach the right fingertips long. Oh, stay with it. Back up to warrior two. Here's where you deepen. Warrior stance. Oh, and windmill down. Step it back, high plank. Now, shift your left hand directly underneath the left shoulder, drop the left knee, and then reach the right fingertips up for that modified side plank. And you stay here if you're working. If you want to, let the bottom leg join. Full side plank. For 2 breaths, make them big, like you mean it. One more breath, hand floats down, press back, downward facing dog. Woo! Deep breath in, guys. Big sigh out. Ha, ha. Okay, so we're gonna move along with a second crescent lunge series. Take your right leg up toward the ceiling, lengthening through the thigh, long and lean. And then bring the foot through between the hands. Back heel stays off the mat. Really strong through the front foot, reach the arms right back up. So again, you make it easy on your body by stacking the knee over the ankle and the shoulders right over the hips. Beautiful. From here, let the hands float behind your back and interlace the fingertips if you can. Take a deep breath in, little tiny back bend, heart to the ceiling, and then gently fold forward on the top of your right thigh. So you're looking gently past your right big toe. The back leg really engaged, firming up the thigh, pressing down through your right front foot for stability and strength. Deep breath in. Stay, exhale, get a little bit longer through that back leg. One more breath in, and then release the hands down either side of your front right foot. Drop your back knee and extend the foot. If you need to kind of scooch that front foot forward a little bit to get into the stretch, feel free to adjust as you need. You want to feel a little bit of a stretch in the front of your hip on the left side. We're going to take this in 3 stages. So staying with that stretch, just bring the hands up onto the leg and then press away. Want to feel the low ribs pull in, the belly lift, lifting out of the low back. If you're working here, you feel really strong here, stay with Wendy. If you want to, take the arms up. Those of us that have a lot of low back flexibility, you got to be really careful and lift in the low belly here. Excellent. Okay, last stage would be bringing the hands together. Only if you want. You press through the top of that back foot so much that maybe the thigh lifts right off. Super toning. We're all feeling this, right? For 3, for 2, and then gently release it down. Excellent. Tuck your back toe under and send it back, downward facing dog. Ha. Let your head relax. Take the shoulders away from the ears. And then let's go with that left leg. So take the left leg all the way up to the ceiling. Bring it through, crescent lunge. Set yourself up. Back heel stays off and lift right up. We've been here before. This foundation is really strong now. On your next exhale, float the hands behind you. Maybe take the opposite thumb on top or reverse your grip. Take a deep breath in, chest to the ceiling, and on your exhale, fold forward. Take your time, long through the spine, lift it in the belly. Breathing here for 2. Back heel pressing and reaching. Front foot pressing down into the floor. Exhale, release the hands down either side of your left front foot. Drop your back knee, foot extends. And again, kind of scooch that foot forward, adjust as you need to. From here, 3 stages. Take your time feeling that stretch. Hands come to the leg. Press away, really pull up in the belly. Beautiful. Shoulders stay down, no stress or tension in the face. If you're working here, stay with it. If you want to, arms come off. Really light, really long. And then that last step, only if you want it, guys. Hands together, reach the index finger, press like crazy, and take that back thigh off for 3. You're so calm. Yep, 2, even though that thigh is working. And release it down. Beautiful. Tuck your back toe under, send it back. Ha, downward facing dog. All right, now we get to work some hip openers. You should be warm, hips should be ready, raring to go. Take your right leg up to the ceiling. Open the hip up, bend the knee and flex the foot. Beautiful. Now bring that knee all the way up between the hands and get yourself ready for a half pigeon. If you're working with Wendy, you're gonna bring the leg around and set it up a little bit differently. Same thing though, same stretch. Just a little bit easier on the knee if this bothers you. Flex this front foot, set yourself up. Hands come in front and then start to work the chest toward the leg. If you're seated as Wendy is, she's still working that chest toward the leg, and you only go to where you can, where it's comfortable for you, and you can still breathe. Maybe the hands are down, maybe the forearms, maybe the whole body comes down, but you never force the thing. Yoga's not about being perfect in the postures. It's about doing the postures perfectly for you. Deep breath in. Exhale. Letting this half pigeon just work on the hip. We're all feeling this in the back of the hip, right? Okay, good. Deep, deep breath in. And exhale. Excellent. Take your time, easy on your body. Just walk it back up, 1 step at a time. And then shift your weight onto the thigh, into the thigh and the hip, and swing the legs around. We're gonna revisit Navasana boat pose. So bring the hands behind you and shift the weight back and bring the knees up. We're gonna take this in 3 stages. So So if you need to, you can lower the feet down first and then take the hands behind the thighs, or you can just take the hands directly behind the thighs. We lift here, we support in the low back, just as we did in the beginning. If you're working it here, stay working it here. If you want to, take the arms out. You gotta work it here though too. You ready, Skip? Good. All right, last stage. Maybe those legs start to lengthen a little bit. Maybe the heart lifts a little bit higher. Breathing for 3, for 2, and 1. Cross the legs, step or jump back. High plank position, lowering chaturanga. This is your last upward facing dog. Whew, this is your last downward facing dog. Ah. Beautiful. So feeling the opening in the back of that leg and the hip here, you can really feel the benefits of the half pigeon pose. Left leg, take it up to the ceiling. Open the hip, bend the knee and flex the foot. Now swing it all the way forward and drop the knee down between the hands. Or again, if you're working with Wendy, just bring it around and bring it over top of that thigh. From here, we bring the hands in front and then start to work it down. But just be aware, the hips, usually one side is a little bit more open than the other. So maybe this is your side that you can really surrender into it. The other one's a little bit tight, or maybe this is the side you have to back off on. So just be aware of that. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, keep this foot flexed, protecting your knee. Try and surrender into the hip and into the posture. Pigeon's great because it's helping you regain range of motion that you've lost. One more deep breath in. And then exhale. Slowly, gently, easy on the body, walk it back up. Shift the weight onto your left side. Swing both legs around and come into boat pose. Last one. Shift it back. Again, if you need to, drop the toes down, take the hands behind the thighs. All right, we're all ready? All right, if you're staying here, stay here strong. If you're going, go strong, arms out. And we hold here, or we go a little bit deeper for 3, for 2, and release the toes down. Give yourself a big hug. Whew. Nice release in the back, release in the abdominals. Feeling the arms get a nice stretch here, really round. And then gently release out of it. You can use the hands for support and the forearms for support as you come down, or you can just roll it down. Slowly, gently, all the way down to the floor, one vertebra at a time, as we make our way all the way down to the mat. Ha, ha. All right, one more here. We're gonna set ourselves up for a bridge pose. So you maybe wanna bring the feet back a little bit. Feet are hip width distance apart, spread your toes out wide. And we're gonna slowly move through the spine, articulating. So you bring the hips off the floor, then the low back, then the middle, and then the upper. The knees stay hip width distance apart, arms are next to your side. From here, we're gonna lower halfway down and then back up. So the first one, lower those hips halfway down, and then press through the feet and send them right back up to the ceiling. Good, lower the hips halfway down. Press right back up, feeling the toning, the burning in the butt here. One more time, lower halfway down and press all the way up. If you want to here, you can walk the shoulders up underneath you and interlace the fingertips. We hold here, firming the thighs, the legs, the butt, the hips. For 2 more breaths. And then gently release the arms, release the shoulders, upper back, middle back, lower back, and hips. Gently bring the knees into the chest and give yourself a big hug. Well deserved. Excellent. Keeping the right knee in. Extend your left leg all the way down to the floor with a flexed foot, nice and long. Then relax the foot and take the knee all the way over the body. Right arm comes out to the side, right shoulder drops, right shoulder blade, right ear. So you let the floor support you here. And you breathe. Enjoy a little bit of a stretch all the way down the spinal column, all the way up through the cervical spine, through the neck. And then use the core. Bring yourself back to center. Hug both knees into the chest. Left knee stays. Right leg extends to the ceiling and all the way down with a flexed foot. Then soften the foot and take it all the way over the body. Left arm Out to the side, left shoulder, shoulder blade and ear drops into the mat. Let gravity be your friend here. Just let it pull you right down into the floor. Deep, deep breathing. Up and down the spine. And then slowly, gently, bring it all the way back to center. Hug the knees to the chest. Give them a big, tight squeeze. And then release the legs and the feet all the way down to the floor. Feet splay out to the side, arms down next to your side, palms face up, and let your eyes close. So stay here on the floor with the eyes closed, and I'm going to bring you through a little relaxation. You definitely deserve it. So let's start with the eyes. They're already closed, but now even a step further, relax them back and down behind the eyelids. Allow the face to soften. The brow, the space between the eyes, all the worry lines just melt away. Relax in the temple, across the top of the head. Let your jaw go. Maybe even the tongue drops from the roof of the mouth. Take a nice deep full breath in and let it go. Good. Deep, deep breath in and let it go. The neck relaxes, the throat, making your way down the body, across the chest, the shoulders melt. The arms are heavy, and the fingertips. Work your way down the torso. The abdominals finally get to relax here. The hips are heavy. The quads, the hamstrings, the kneecaps, the calves. Ankle bones heavy and rooted into your mat. The feet are relaxed. And you allow yourself a moment in this quiet space. And as the thoughts come into your mind, as they will, don't try and block them. Just breathe them in one at a time. Deep inhale in. And on the exhale, you just let it float right on by. Take it one at a time, allowing yourself nowhere to be, but here. It's a nice place to be. Take a nice deep, deep full breath in. Exhaling out any stress or tension or holding left in the body. Deep breath in. Big exhale out. Deep, deep full breath in. And let it go. Good. Start to bring a little bit of life back to the body. Maybe wiggling the fingers, wiggling the toes, deepening your breath. If you want to let the head lull from side to side, just kind of dropping the ear to the mat. Whatever feels good. And then let's take one more lengthening stretch. So bring the arms all the way up overhead and stretch them out long and point the toes. Get a nice big full stretch. And then rolling over onto your right side, using the bottom arm as a pillow, come into a fetal position. The knees hug in toward the chest. And you give yourself a moment here. Really feeling the effects of your practice, taking it with you, and knowing you can find it anytime you want here on the mat. Using your top arm, gently press yourself back up to a seated position. Eyes come open, uncross the legs, and let's make our way up together to a standing. At the top of your mat, spread the toes out, feet strong, legs strong. Take the arms all the way up on an inhale. Press the palms together and then float it down in front of heart center. We'll take 2 more breaths here to leave anything you got here on the mat. Deep, deep full breath in. Big sigh out. And one more. Deep, deep full breath in. Let it go. Ah. Thank you so much for letting me guide you through your practice today. And we say, Namaste. Thanks so much for joining us. I hope to see you again on the mat very soon.